Well, hello. Welcome to Faith Factory, where we make disciples of Jesus Christ. I'm Mr. Doug.
And I am Mops.
And we're going to have all kinds of fun today here at Faith Factory. We begin every week in a very special way. We begin with the Joke of the Day. All right, Mops, do you have a joke for us?
Sure do. All right. Why are dogs like phones?
Why are dogs like phones? I don't know.
Because they both have caller ID. Collar
ID. Dogs have a collar ID. I had to think about that one for a second, but that's a good one. Thank you for sharing that with us. It's always good to start off our time together with a laugh. And the other way we start our time together here at Faith Factory is with our theme song. This is the place. Mops, will you lead us again?
Sure will.
All right, let me grab the words.
All right. Let's try something different this week. Let's try on the word one. We're going to raise our hand in the air. All right? So when we sing the word one, we raise our hand. That looks good.
Can you see the words okay?
Uh-huh.
All right. Let me start up the music machine.
The music machine.
It's kind of cold today. I got to crank it up a little bit.
So remember, on the word one, raise your hand.
This is the place to be together. This is the place to learn and have some fun. This is the place for friends and family. Together forever as one. This is the place to be together. We've got a lot to do before we're done. This is the place to help each other. Together forever as one. One in family, one in spirit, one in kindness, that's what we do. Love is calling, and we hear it. We're all here, and God is too. This is the place to be together. This is the place to learn and have some fun. This is the place for friends and family. Together forever as one. Let's go, everybody! This is the place to be together. This is the place to learn and have some fun. This is the place for friends and family. To be together forever as one. Together forever as one. Together forever as one.
Yay! Great job, everyone, remembering to raise your hand on the word one. That was fun.
Yes, everyone's doing a great job with our theme song. All right, get the words out of here. Here we go.
Bye, words.
Bye-bye. Okay. Whew, that was a lot of fun singing.
Yeah.
All right. Well, today we've been working on our first aid kit, making sure that we've got everything in our first aid kit. First aid kits are very, very important. We have one here at Faith Factory. Hopefully you have one at your house. And we have one at the church, and hopefully you have one at the school. I'm sure they have one at the school. And first aid kits are very important because they're filled with things that can help us heal. But you have to check your first aid kit from time to time because sometimes things get used up and they don't get replaced, and then you have a need and you don't have things in your first aid kit. So we've been making sure that our first aid kit is all ready to go because a first aid kit, the things inside, help you heal. Well, today we're going to be reading the story about Jesus healing, but he didn't need to use any kind of first aid kit. No, because he could just heal with a touch or with a word. So let's get out the great big Bible and read our story today. Here it is. Oh, okay. All right. Okay. We're reading today from the book of Luke, chapter 4, verses 38 through 44. That's the Gospel of Luke. Remember, gospel means good news, And we call the first 4 books of the New Testament the Gospels because they're the good news about Jesus. So the Gospel of Luke, chapter 4, verses 38 through 44. All right, here we go. Jesus walked from the city of Nazareth to a place called Capernaum. While he was there, he taught the people all about God's love. Peter was one of Jesus' disciples. Jesus went to Peter's house. While they were at the house, they saw that Peter's mother-in-law was very sick.
Mr. Doug,
Yes,
who was Peter's mother-in-law?
Peter's mother-in-law. Well, that would have been the mother of Peter's wife.
Oh.
Now, it's interesting because in the Bible, we don't hear much about the families of the disciples. But here we learn that Peter was married. He had a wife. And his wife's mother was his mother-in-law. And it's quite likely that she lived with them because back in that time and in that culture, families all lived together in one house. They didn't have separate houses for family members. They tended to all live together. So she lived there. And when Jesus went there with Peter, he found that she was sick. All right. Peter's mother-in-law had a high fever and did not feel well. Jesus bent down and spoke to her. Immediately, the fever went away. Peter's mother-in-law felt much better. She got up at once and began to serve them a meal.
Wow, she got healed so fast.
Yes, it was very, very quickly. There are many, many times in the Bible when we read about Jesus healing someone, they're healed immediately. It's like instantaneous. They don't have to wait. It happens right away. And so, yeah, she was sick with a high fever. She was in bed. And then Jesus healed her and she was able to get right up right away and start making them a meal. I think she was so appreciative of what Jesus had done for her that she wanted to make a meal for them. So many people brought their friends to Jesus so they could be healed. Jesus had compassion on the people and healed them. After that, Jesus went to another place to teach people about God.
Jesus had compassion? I forget. What is compassion?
Well, that's okay. We talked about that, but it's been several weeks ago. Compassion is being concerned about others and then doing something to help them. We talked before, it's like putting yourself in someone else's shoes and thinking about what it'd be like to be in their situation, to be dealing with what they're dealing with, and then you help them. So compassion is connected to action. Because we could say, oh, that's too bad, they have a problem or they're hurting, but oh well, no, compassion means we're concerned about them and then we do something to help them. And that's what Jesus always did. The Bible tells us many times that Jesus had compassion and then he always took action. He always did something to help them. And so compassion is something that we all need to share with others. Well, that's our story today from the Great Big Bible. All right, we're ready for our craft, and all you have to do is go to our church's website, wadsworthumc.com, and click on the button for Faith Factory activity pages. You'll get some activity pages that go along with today's episode, and you'll get our craft. And here's what the craft looks like. You can just print it out. All right, just print it out, okay? And then you're going to cut out these, but it'd probably be best to color the top one first because that's the one you're going to see. So you can color the top one and then cut them out, okay? Cut them both out. All right, and then let me show you what we have. Once you get them cut out, you'll have 2 pieces like this, and this is the bottom part. And so you're just going to set that aside for a minute, and then you're going to take this one and fold it in half. Just fold the ends together and fold it in half. All right. And then with your scissors, you're going to cut it right where you folded it, right down the middle, all right? So you have 2 pieces. Okay, there you go. 2 pieces like that. And then you'll take the bottom piece, and here on the sides, where there's no printing, you'll put some glue on each side, and then you're going to glue these pieces down. So you glue this right on top of there, like that. And then you'll take this piece and you'll glue it right over there, just like that. And let me show you one that I've already glued together. All right, I've colored it and I've glued it together. And then you're going to take the center part and just fold it back on each side, like little doors, and fold it back. So you end up with a nice big Band-Aid with a heart on it because it's showing love. And then when you open it up, it says, Jesus healed the sick, Matthew 9:35. And so you can make that and hang it up so you remember that Jesus healed. Or if you know someone that's in need, that's hurting or sick, you can give this to them and they'll remind them of the promise that Jesus heals people. Jesus has compassion on people and Jesus does something to help. Jesus heals. All right, hope you have a lot of fun with that craft. Well, Mops, it's time for our game.
Oh, good.
All right, I knew you'd want to play our game. Let me just grab it here. Our game is called the First Aid Kit Memory Game. And so I've taken some things that you would find in a first aid kit and put them on this tray. And we're going to learn a little about them. And then I want you to be memorizing what you see on the tray, because then I'll take an item away and see if you can guess what is missing. All right. So here, let me just show you. We've got our big extra large bandage here. This is the medium-sized bandage, and then this is a small Band-Aid. So small, medium, and large. Here we have some ibuprofen tablets, some pain reliever tablets, medicine. And remember, boys and girls, we never take any medicine without the permission of our mom or dad, grandparent, or other adult, okay? Because it can be dangerous if we take the wrong thing or take too much. So just remember that. Always get permission and never take it yourself. So we've got our pain reliever. We got our burn cream right here. We've got this is for insect bites. If you get bit by an insect or a bee, you can put that on there. This is a antiseptic wipe, so that kills germs. We have here a wrist bandage if you sprain your wrist. Right here, this is a finger splint. Your finger goes in there. If you hurt your finger and sprain it, or it bends the wrong way, you can put that on and help it to heal. We've got a cotton ball that if someone has a wound, you can clean out the wound. Here we have the non-stick pad for first aid. If someone has a wound, you can put that on there and then put the bandage around it. And then this is very important. These are first aid instructions that come in the first aid kit. All right, so we got Band-Aids, burn cream, the pain reliever, we got for insect bites, antiseptic wipe, bandage for the wrist, for the finger, cotton ball, non-stick pad, and instructions. Okay, I'm going to take this down and I'm going to take one thing off. All right.
That's a lot to remember.
I know it is. All right, well, just see how, use your memory. All right, let me show it to you now. All right, can you tell what's missing? Can you tell what's missing?
I think it was that finger splint.
That's right, the finger splint. All right.
That's too big for my fingers.
Oh, that is. We'd have to get a smaller one for you. Okay, all right. So let me take something else away. All right, no peeking, Mops. All right. Okay, here we go. Can you see what's missing now?
Let's see. Is it one of the bandages?
One of the bandages. No.
Those little green things for the insect bites?
Yes, that's right. For the insect bites. That's right. The little green things. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Okay, let's try some of this. All right. Here, this is going to be a little bit harder, okay?
The last one was hard for me.
Okay. All right. Let's see if you can guess now what's missing.
There's a space up at the top. Is
Yeah.
it one of the bandages this time?
Yes, it's a Band-Aid, the medium-sized Band-Aid. All right. Very good. Okay. Let me put that back and we'll try. All right. Let's try one more. One more here, okay? All right. Let's try one more. All right.
Oh, I think I know which one this time.
Okay, which one do you think it is?
The cotton ball.
That's right, the cotton ball that we use to help clean out a wound. And that's very, very important. Well, I hope you had fun playing our first aid kit memory game. It helps us learn about the different things that are in a first aid kit, and then we use our memory to try and figure out which one is missing. So hope that was a lot of fun for you. I know I enjoyed it. Mops, did you enjoy that?
I had fun, yes.
All right, good. That was fun. Well, it's time now for our memory verse. Each week we've been working on this verse, and today is our last time that we're going to be doing this verse. Next week we'll have a new verse, but we've been working on memorizing it. So let me hold it up here. All right. And then we'll read it together the first time, and then we'll do it by memory the second time, okay? So let's read it together. Jesus traveled among all the cities and villages, teaching in their synagogues, announcing the good news of the kingdom, and healing every disease and every sickness. Matthew 9:35. All right, let's do it one more time. This time, close your eyes. Close your eyes, and let's do it by memory. Here we go. Jesus traveled among all the cities and villages, teaching in their synagogues, announcing the good news of the kingdom, and healing every disease and every sickness. Matthew 9:35. Well, great job, everyone. And that's a very important verse because it helps us understand what Jesus did during his time of ministry when he was here on earth. He traveled, and he taught, and he announced the good news, and he healed people like we learned about in our Bible story today. So that's a very good verse. And next week we'll start memorizing another verse. All right, well now it's time for the Quizinator. All right, let me grab the Quizinator here. All right, here we go. Let me turn it to, let's see, Luke. Luke, that's where our story is today. Luke, hit the on button. All right. And now some questions should be forming on the screen here on the back. And while they're forming, remember that if what I read is true, we put our hand up. If it's false, hand down. True statement, hand up. False statement, hand down. Okay, here, the questions are coming up right now. All right. Question number 1. Today's Bible story is from the Gospel of Luke. Gospel of Luke, yes, and gospel means good news, the good news of Jesus, all right, told to us by Luke. Very good. Number 2, Jesus drove from place to place, teaching people all about God's love. Well, he did go from place to place teaching people, but Jesus drove. No, Jesus didn't drive. How did he get around?
He walked.
He walked, that's right, he walked from place to place. Okay, hands down on that one. Number 3, Jesus went to the house of one of his disciples, who was named Patrick. Patrick. That doesn't seem right. No, that would be hands down. What was the disciple's name?
Peter?
Peter, that's right, Peter. Very good. All right, number 4. While Jesus was at the house, he saw that Peter's mother-in-law was very sick with a high fever. All right, hands up. Very, very good. All right, number 5. Jesus bent down and spoke to her, and the fever went away in a couple of hours. Couple of hours. No, that's not right. It wasn't a couple of hours. It was immediate, right? It was right away. There was no waiting involved. So that's hands down. Very good. Number 6. Peter's mother-in-law felt much better, and she got up and began to serve them a meal. Yes, she was so excited that she was healed that she made a meal for them. Very, very good. All right. Number 7. Many people brought their friends to Jesus so they could be healed. Hands up. Yes. All right. Very good. Number 8. Jesus did not have compassion on the people, so he did not heal them. No, that's not right. That's hands down. That's hands way, way, way down. He did have compassion on the people. He was concerned about them, and then he took action, and he healed them. All right. And number 9, Jesus can heal sick people today just like he healed Peter's mother-in-law. That's right. Hands up, hands way, way up. Jesus can heal people today. Yes. All we have to do is pray and ask for his help, and he can heal. Jesus can heal people today. All right. That was a great job, everyone, on the Quizinator. All right. Well, we've had a lot of fun today and learned lots. And we're going to close our time now with a word of prayer. So let's bow our heads, close our eyes, fold our hands, and let's talk to God. Dear God, thank you for sending Jesus. Thank you for all that he taught us. And thank you for the way that he healed people and that he can heal people today. We thank you for the compassion that he had, that he was concerned about others, and then he took action to do something to help. And help us to have compassion toward others, to put ourselves in their shoes, to think about what it would be like to be in their place, and then to do something, take action, do something to help them. And God, we want to pray for all those that are sick today, sick in our church family, sick in our neighborhoods, sick in our communities, anyone that needs your healing touch. We just pray that you'd be with them and bring healing to them and that you would help them. And we just thank you for that. And we pray all these things now in the name of Jesus. All right. And all God's children said in a loud and mighty voice, Amen. All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us today. We had lots of fun. We'll see you next time here at Faith Factory. Bye now.
Bye-bye.